Greetings again. In this video, I wanted to kind of expand a little bit on my fourth dimension university video because I think that a lot of people are kind of going through this, and I know that I was, so I wanted to just be very honest and open about what happens when you enter into higher dimensions and you kind of go through your remembrance of your higher self. A lot of people are kind of wondering, well, what is going on with their relationships? They're falling apart, and you might be losing friendships and relationships that were in your life for a long time. And then all of a sudden, it just seems that you go your separate ways. And this is a clear indication that if you didn't do anything wrong to cause a problem in the relationship, that a person would lose trust, lose the sense of reliability from you, and just feel like they couldn't really count on you as a friend or as a lover, then just understand that you are going through your awakening and you are entering a new dimension. You quite literally are opening up your mind and your heart, and you're actually entering into an experience with the higher dimensions. And sometimes people in our lives will not join us because they are on a different path and they're on a different journey. And it is really about timing within every soul's life, because not every soul will actually be on the same path as you, and definitely the timing will be different. And this happens a lot in love relationships, especially through marriage. We see this too. And that's why a lot of people get divorced. They might be married at a certain time where they are actually aligned to one another. They're actually on the same dimension. They have the same perspectives and they really understand one another. But the moment that somebody starts to kind of go another way and they have their own kind of inner expansion, then the other person will start to move away from them. And this is something that happens on a very physical, energetic level, that as you move up into another dimension, the other people are still going to be on their same dimension. And so your realities will not match up. You will not actually be in the same vibrations and frequencies as one another. So they will fade from your view. They will literally fade from your life. And it will happen in a way where that relationship will just kind of end and will fade away. And you don't really have to say anything either to each other. It just kind of happens sometimes. So it's not something that you have to worry about or be sad about, but it is an indication of you growing and you moving on to higher levels. Now, what you can do is just keep it in mind that other people are going to move at their own pace, and they may join you as soon as they have their types of realizations within their life. You may get a call all of a sudden out of the blue. You may actually stumble and kind of run into somebody out on the streets, and then you can rekindle. Sometimes you might not rekindle your relationships or your friendships because it just simply wasn't meant to be in this lifetime, or you have already experienced all that you were supposed to experience with that soul, and then you move on so that you have the opportunity to connect to other souls. And so this is why you may be at a time where you feel like you're losing a lot of your friendships. You don't really have a lot of friends. You may be at a higher dimension than those people that are around you in your life. And so it's time for you to move on and for them to stay where they are, but by their own choice, they can move on and kind of go into another dimension as well. But it really does start with a choice. And so while you are having your spiritual awakening and you're making your choice to actually move forward, they are not. So they're going to stay behind, and you will experience that as a loss of the relationship and friendship. So it's not a terribly bad thing when you can look at it from that point of view. And then you can actually be appreciative of the moments that you had with them, that they served a great function within your life when you were at those lower dimensions. They were a companion to you, and you could commiserate with them, and you could understand one another from that same dimension when you were at the third dimension reality. But now when you move into the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension, that's when you're going to have those other relationships that are part of the third dimension actually fade away. And so the new relationships that you have will have to match with your vibration, your frequency when you enter into the new dimensions, so that they can actually be in your reality and can exist there. And so that is really what's happening. Now, if you find yourself just not being able to meet anybody right now that you really click with and understand, well, I would say that that's okay, that just kind of enjoy your time alone and allow yourself to kind of enjoy this time of growth, and don't allow yourself to get too sad about it, but understand where it is coming from and why it is happening, so that you don't look at yourself and say, oh, I'm this terrible person, or I'm this loser and I don't have friends. It's not about that. It's about you not being in the same vibrations as others that are around you. But if you keep on your path and you're authentic to yourself and you're expressive and you live your life in joy and you walk in the path of love and you really do understand and carry this inner light within you, you are going to shine your light out and it will attract others to you. And I said that in another video, and I can't reiterate it enough, that that is how it works. And that's how you meet friends that are going to actually walk with you on the same dimension that you are at. And so you may lose those other relationships, but you will gain new ones because of it. When one door closes, another one does always open. So it's something to look forward to. And I know a lot of you are going through that, and I went through that as well. But just keep your old friendships in your heart and just remember them fondly, and have an excitement in you to see that there's something new around the corner. There's a new adventure that awaits for you and new souls to connect to and meet up. And YouTube is really good in this way, because even though you might not meet the person one-on-one, you can have that kind of soul connection with them across the screen. So that's why technology is very good in that way, that we can actually connect to one another soul-wise, even though we're not in the same room as one another. Hopefully I'm reaching out to those that are in the higher dimensions and saying, you know, you're not alone, and this is why you're experiencing this and going through all of this that you may be experiencing right now at this point in time. So I hope this gave you more clarity today, and I know I didn't do the elf habits video, but I will be doing that next week with my elven sister, and we will be talking about how we express ourselves, or how we actually live our life daily as an elf would. And it's how we actually can function as an elvikin and really get in touch with that side of ourselves and feel that way wherever we are. So I hope to see you all on the next video, and just remember to not blame yourself during these times of change, because it really is a time of great transformation and growth. And the best thing you can do is be gentle with yourself and be patient with yourself, and be patient with others as well, and just understand where they are coming from, or where they are heading with this spirit of love within yourself. And just keep on walking forward and going on the path that you are, and you will meet new friends and new loved ones that will be right around the corner waiting for you. So Hananlei for watching, and I will see you all on the next video.